I am in one of the oldest country in the world. It's 29 years older than Rome, and it's 2,807 years old as stated right now. I am in snowy Yerevan in Armenia. My name is Marina. Welcome to my Holiday Attic channel. This city was established in 782 BC by King 𝐼𝐸𝐻, which makes it 29 years older than Rome. It's very interesting. In front of me, one of the biggest church in Armenia. St. Gregory the Illuminated Cathedral, 54 meters high. And I'm gonna go inside to have a look. I hope I can film inside. If not, you should just trust me when I say to you if it's beautiful or not inside. St. Gregory the Illuminated Church is the mother cathedral of Yerevan, built in 1996 to 2001 to commemorate the 1700th anniversary of proclamation of Christianity as the state religion in Armenia. The church is not old, but while having a characteristic feature of classic Armenian architecture, is at the same time modern and unlike medieval Armenian churches. Without any doubt, the Cascade is one of the Yerevan's most famous landmarks. The Cascade complex was included in the master plan of Soviet Yerevan since 1924. Architect Alexander Tamanyan wanted to connect the central and northern parts of Yerevan with the creation of Cascade. This project was brought to life in 1976 by the chief architect of Yerevan, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐿. Construction of the Cascade complex was halted to the 1988 earthquake in Armenia and collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The sculpture park in front of Cascade, featuring works by a number of renowned artists. Don't judge, but this is how I look when I'm undressed. Well, he needs a little bit away, this warrior, and it's quite a sad situation, is it? Sorry, I should not be that rude. You should walk all the way to the top to get the best views of Yerevan. But if you don't have enough breath for it, you can use escalator and enjoy some modern art at the same time. So the original design, all these little areas, little holes here, everywhere on the walls and everywhere, supposed to be a water coming, and it would have gone all the way from top to the bottom. This is why it's called Cascade. But it has not been finished yet. Yes. So in the summer, all these fountains in the middle, they are all working. Starting spring, but nothing comes out from these fountains in the wall. The problem with this cascade, why it still hasn't been finished, that it's for the past 4 years it's been a legal battle, because at the moment Cascade is privately owned, but government of Yerevan and Armenia want to nationalize it, and that has become a part of Yerevan culture. It's be government owned, and it's turned into the legal battle. So obviously the owner doesn't want to do anything, just in case if he's gonna lose it, and the government doesn't do anything just in case if they're not gonna win. So for the past 4 years nothing has been done, but it still looks really good. I bet if in the summer you're here, spring summer, when the fountain's on, it's gonna look even more beautiful. I just imagine how beautiful all this would look if it will all be the fountains, water would be on. And inside this cascade is a museum of modern art. And I think I might pop in and have a look. To be fair, I'm kind of 50-50 about modern art. Don't miss a souvenir shop inside. They sell an absolutely stunning pieces there, created by local artists. When you get on top, there is a large viewing platform with an amazing views and impressive monuments to the 50th anniversary of the October Revolution, which was built in 1967, and total height of the monument is 65 meters. Walk about 10-15 minutes and you will end up in the Victory Park with the Mother Armenia monument. Originally, in 1950 to 1962, there was a 17-meter bronze statue of Joseph Stalin. In 1962, the statue was dismantled. In 1967, a 22-meter high copper statue of Mother Armenia by sculptor 𝐼𝐸𝐻𝐿 was erected on the same pedestal. Being located at one of the highest points of the city, the Mother Armenia monument seems to guard the city, and it's visible from different parts. And of course, you can enjoy more of the lovely views of the city from there. So in the Park of Victory, located theme park. Of course, everything looks a bit grey dull now because it's most of it closed. But I bet in the summer it looks quite good. But Ferry wheel is on. The lights comes on and the steps slowly fill with the people walking, talking and enjoying the evening. From the top you can see the city spread out below, quiet and bright at the same time. There are lots of cafes, restaurants and music bars nearby, so it's a great time to stroll the Cascade and surrounding streets. The Blue Mosque, according to the inscription of the facade of the south gate, was built by the Yerevan Sardar Hussein Ali Khan in 1766. It was the largest and most notable of the mosques in Yerevan, built in an architectural style typical of Shia mosque. During the Soviet era, during the mass demolition of religious buildings, the mosque building was preserved and taken under state control. And from 1937 to 1982, the Yerevan History and Natural History Museum operated here. And the small hall of the mosque was later used as planetarium, which saved and preserved mosque. So, what 10,000 laris a night can get you? I've got this little hotel, has a small kitchen, fridge, minibar, microwave, price for minibar. It's not very expensive though, so beer 1,000 lari, which is just under £2. And nice spacious bedroom. Actually, if I book it through booking.com, it would be 8,000 laris, but you cannot check in until 2 o'clock, and I came in at 6 in the morning, so I needed a nice clean toilet with a shower. Yes, because I come in at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning it was. If I paid directly to them, I could have checked in straight away, so I didn't wait. I paid extra 2,000 laris for that. I think it's very good value for money. Well, Armenia is another post-Soviet Union country. It used to be Armenian SSR, one of the 15 Soviet Union republic. Now it's independent country, and one of the countries which has trouble over the territories with Azerbaijan. They had a war going on almost forever over the region called Karabakh, and it's very sad because when there was Soviet Union, it was all same country. It doesn't really matter which territory belonged where. The borders was just sort of, it's like a state, you know, in United States. It's still United States, but borders are of the different states. But when in 1991 Soviet Union collapsed, this is all the trouble will come to. What belonged to whom? But he is very quiet. War is only in that area. It's on and off. And it's my second day. It's heavy snow today. And I'm really enjoying Armenia. I'm really enjoying Yerevan. I have a lovely hotel. I paid for 4 nights, even I only stayed 3. But because I had the night flights and I'm arrived at 5 in the morning, I paid for that night so that I can check in and go to bed straight away. So yes, I always recommend you, if you check out, if your flight is at night, pay for extra nights. I know you can leave your suitcases and everything, but hanging around and staying in the cafes and having extra coffee is going to cost you more than pay for extra night in a hotel. And hotel itself is lovely. It's only 10 minutes walk from the center, from vernissage, from market, where you can buy beautiful souvenirs, beautiful jewelry. Right, but that market is a warning for husbands, for partners, because you can spend a lot of money there. Everything is so beautiful, so unique. You can get carried away. I was sort of lost myself there. When I come back, I'm end up with a ring, 2 pairs of earrings, plates, 3 pairs of earrings, and a magnet. So I had to leave before I start buying bracelet. Oh, I bought a necklace as well. So yes, I had to leave before I thought I need matching bracelets, belts. Oh, okay. So yes, it's really nice. The designs are very original and everything is handmade. Everything is unique. You wouldn't find two pieces identical. So yeah, but who cares? We only live once. And who knows, I'm maybe never gonna be in Armenia. This is why I bought myself a very traditional looking ring and very traditional looking earrings. And now I'm trying to find another church, and later on I have a very interesting trip booked. In Armenia, chess is a national sport. Chess is even in the school curriculum. Kids has to do chess at school. And you can buy a lot of fantastic sets here. I know it's not very popular these days. I used to love it when I was a kid. I had my own chess set. But to be fair now, I probably won't even remember how to play. Also, the famous for the woodwork. Carvings. It's amazing. You can buy a lot of fantastic stuff here. If you come to Armenia and you're a huge fan of souvenirs and all the arts and crafts, come here with empty suitcase. Fantastic stuff. If you watched me before, I mentioned several times previously that I collect the plates from everywhere I go, and normally I have a problem that I can't find the plates I like, because I don't like anything, you know, ordinary, buy on the beach side, love Cyprus plates. I like something handmade, maybe from some gallery. And here in Armenia I have a different problem. There is so much beautiful stuff that it's actually really hard to choose, and everything is locally made, handmade, and stuff is just beautiful. I want to buy everything. Even magnets. I mean, look how beautifully they're made. Carved with wood. Also, really nice jewelry. If you love silver, you will go crazy here. Souvenirs here are fantastic. Shopping paradise. Souvenir shopping paradise. Of course, this vernissage market is half empty because it's a winter, it's not that many tourists, but in the summer, look how much choice you would have. If your husband's a partner not into shopping, they would go crazy, because you will be here for hours choosing the stuff. So now I'm on the way to find another church, and after church I have a very interesting excursion booked. But you have to wait for that one. This is a very grey, a very brutal looking building, but it's actually opera theatre. There are fountains here. There's quite a lot of them on this alley, but obviously they're not working now because it's a winter. But all this fountain, all this little bit where the water come out, represent age of Yerevan. At the moment it's 2,800 something, I don't know exactly, because they add every 4 years more to keep up with the age of Yerevan. I bet in the summer it looks great. I will find a picture that you can have a sneak peek. I am outside of Ararat Brandy Factory Museum, waiting for my tour around the factory to learn how they do brandy in Yerevan. But fun fact, if you're from post-Soviet Union countries, you actually will call it Armenian cognac. Oh, officially, it's a brandy, and it's brandy factory. But you still will say Armenian cognac if you are from any ex-Soviet countries. It used to be, back then, considered to be the best one, because obviously French was out of reach for a lot of Soviet people, so Armenian was the next best thing. My mom and dad used to love it. No parties was without Armenian cognac. And I'm not really big fan of it, but we'll see. Maybe this tour will change my mind and I will be a brandy lover. A tour through the Ararat Museum is a journey through Armenia's history, traditions and legendary brandy. And honestly, this place is really cool. Tour is about an hour, hour and a half, and it's like you walk through the history, see how everything made. You realize this isn't just a brandy, it's a big part of Armenian culture. There are barrels for a president and prime ministers. Fun fact, that before they used to weigh presidents and give them exact amount of the weight. But after Yeltsin was there, they stopped the tradition. If you know about him, he was a chubby guy, if I can put it politely. Visiting the Ararat Museum was way more fun than I expected. Testing was fun because there is a special way to enjoy cognac. Until this visit, I didn't like brandy, but I have to say that I completely converted. Since the tour explains the history and craftsmanship behind Ararat brandy, the shop becomes more meaningful. You know what you are buying. The factory shop often carry brandies and packaging you won't find in regular stores. Also, some more exclusive products. Even it may be slightly more expensive than a supermarket, it's certainly cheaper than a duty-free shops in the airport. I travel with carry-on only and still bought a small gift set with a little bottles, and it was the same price as the supermarket. You can't film in Ararat factory. You only can take pictures. This is why all my video about the factory created from my photographs. And when I'm walking, I will tell you a little story about Churchill and Yerevan cognac or brandy. Of course, in 1946, when there was a conference between Stalin, Roosevelt and Churchill, the Armenian cognac was the choice of the drink. Churchill was extremely surprised and really loved it. He didn't realize that in Armenia they have such a lovely, tasty cognac. And Stalin, after that, started sending him his favorite drink. 365 bottles a year, one bottle for each day. And now we'll picture pop up exactly which one he liked. I don't know, you probably still can buy it. I'm not really sure, I forgot to ask. But yeah, Churchill was big a fan of Armenian brandy. I have to tell brandy. Because since 1909, you cannot call it cognac, only if it's come from the specific region. And because it's not from there, you're only saying cognac here, but not outside of Yerevan or any ex-Soviet republics. So this is the Ararat, the brandy factory I just been. By the way, it still says Yerevan Cognac Factory, and right across is another factory which is called 𝐬𝐻. I don't know if you can see it, but when I come closer, I will try to show it. There are two big cognac factories here, and this is the second one. The reason why I chose Ararat, because it is the old one, most famous one. And this is the cognac my mom and dad used to love to drink. And this is the only reason why I chose this, sort of a classic. Because of snow, you can't really see really far. But it still makes it a little bit magical. I used to hate snow, but I love it now. To be perfectly honest, there is not many or must-see places in Yerevan. Obviously Cascade and the churches and Ararat's cognac factory. But overall, it's mostly place to come here, chill out, walk around, do some shopping, eat Armenian food, drink Armenian wine and cognac or brandy, and enjoy yourself. Cool fountain. They still have a water coming out, but I think because maybe it's broken. But in the summer it would look really nice. This is cinema called Moscow, and all the films in this cinema are on Russian, even foreign films, all in Russian. If you are not really must-see excursion person, or you just like to go to the cities to chill out, this place is for you. Food is fantastic. It's not very expensive. Wine is amazing. Oh, I can't get enough of pomegranate wine. But even ordinary wine, like, normal wine, it's really good here. And again, it's not very expensive. Trying local food is one of the best parts of the holiday, and Armenian food isn't just food. Every bite hits different. Local spices and great quality of vegetables and meat. Everything made with serious dedication. Armenian food is not light, but it's unforgettable. I didn't have a bad meal once. Armenia is a place where you can enjoy good quality local wine. Because Armenia was a very old history of wine production. Do you know that one of the first winery of the world was found in Armenia and Armenia region, and it's about 6,000 years old? It's good for people who love shopping, because you not only get designer brands, mid-range designers, normal high street stores, you also get a lot of Armenian brands, and you get a lot of clothes from all other Eastern countries. And again, you have a lot of unique pieces you can get here. If you're not into very, very expensive designer brands, you just like great quality, amazing, unique clothes, then you can get it here. I love coats here. Unfortunately, I'm traveling with my little backpack, so I can't buy it, but I would love to buy a coat, real good wool coats. Oh, the models there, so unique. You don't get this in England. I don't think even I saw it online anywhere. Well, let's say this, it's not Shein. One of my favorite things to do is just wander the streets, move through the neighborhood, sporting a mix of old buildings and modern spots. The walk is all about simple moments, people living their daily lives, the rhythm of the streets, and the atmosphere that makes Yerevan feel warm and familiar. I love to discover local parks, some random statues and buildings, which you probably never noticed if you're on the way somewhere. This is the beauty of traveling alone. You do everything at your own pace, no rush, just enjoy the city and your own company. Maybe some of you should try it once, but be careful, you might like it. The bright yellow classic beetle usually parked in the central Yerevan. It is famous for being filled with the brim with plush toys, flowers and colorful decorations. Its owner often changed the decorations to match season or holidays, such as night and Santa themed decor during the winter. Very cool. I really enjoyed to spot the different figurines inside. Republic Square is the heart of Yerevan. Republic Square used to be called Lenin Square. The monument of Lenin was in the south part of the square. But after the collapse of the USSR, the monument was dismantled. The buildings around Republic Square are primarily constructed from tufa stone. This volcanic stone is often used of many buildings in Yerevan because it's the national stone of Armenia. That's a lot of snow today. Tomorrow I'm supposed to have an excursion, and I hope, just because it's snowing today, it's not going to be cancelled, or some places we won't be able to go. There are a lot of street dogs in Yerevan, but they are all very friendly and look like they are being looked after. Still, sad to see them without loving homes. Today I'm on a trip I mentioned previously. Our first stop was in a small town Abovyan and very beautiful 𝐻𝐸𝐵𝐷 the Baptist Church. It's a new church. The construction was launched in August 2006 and it took 7 years to build. But it's still done in traditional Armenian style and all made of volcanic tufa stone. 𝐾𝐨𝐵𝐷 Monastery is a medieval Armenian monastic complex dating back to 11th to 13th centuries. I didn't expect 𝐾𝐨𝐵𝐷 Monastery to feel this powerful. Calm, ancient and covered by snow, definitely worth a visit. Just a short ride and you're in a different kind of atmosphere. The ski resort town of 𝐵𝐻𝐸𝐵𝐷 It's so lovely here. It's very busy even with people who don't ski. Taking a lift at the top was very cool and very cold. Another open cable car and another scary moment, but I decided to conquer my fear for the views, and this time is lovely sunny day, so I hope I can see something, unlike my trip in Baku in Azerbaijan. Am I scared? No, I'm not scared. Not at all. Very bright couple. Plenty stuff to do on the top: sledging, tubing, snowmobiling. I just walked around and soak up the atmosphere. You also can ugly car spotting. Why is such an expensive car so ugly? Please let me know in the comments. Also, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel to see more of the beaten track destinations. But of course, the highlight of the trip was Lake Sevan and the 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐿 monastery with 2 stone churches dating back to 9th century. In the summer, there are beaches you can relax, but in the winter I thought it was very magical atmosphere. It's so peaceful, there are no crowds, and the lake feels vast and calm. It's one of those places where the quiet is part of the experience. The frozen shore, white mountains, a deep blue lake makes Sevan look unreal. Cold, crisp and clean air. Lake Sevan, absolutely beautiful. There is no word to describe, it's just stunning. And I know people saying come here in spring and in the summer and probably gonna look good, but against the snow, I think it looks even more dramatic than if you would see in the summer with the greenery around. Loved it. If you are ever in Armenia, you need to come here. I booked through the 𝐾𝐸 guide and I put together a few trips you might be interested if you are in this region. Check the description below, you might will like some of them. I did it for every of my videos to cut the hard work for you. If you book through my link, I will get a few pennies and can do more of these amazing videos for you. Not many places are open, but I managed to find a place where I could have a coffee and baklava with an incredible views of the lake. Without any doubt, Lake Sevan in the winter is calm, cold and incredibly beautiful. When I was back in the city, I popped into the supermarket, and it was so incredible that I decided to add it to my video. You can get a traditional 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐿, dry fruits, and fruits and vegetables fresh, so fantastic. Living in England, I started to forget how the real fruits and vegetables should look like. Different coffee beans you can grind here the way you like it. Local cheese, spices and grains. Because I had a small kitchen, I have bought some local produce just to try. So I went to supermarket and I spent £30. What did I get for £30? I've got pack of some local salamis. Don't know how they call because it's all on Armenian. Cheese, fish. This is a small pack of different eclairs. This is the local bread I got with my treat, with my cheese. Salad. It's a little bit cured pork fat, which I love. Juice, bottle of pomegranate wine. I have whole day to wait, so I thought I'd treat myself. And I've got 7 boxes of Russian sweets, not Armenian. I couldn't get them in Moscow, and my family loves Russian chocolate. They're obsessed, especially my daughter. She really wanted me to bring some. But I couldn't get any in Moscow because my luggage was too small. But now I had to pay for luggage, so I thought I might as well. What do you think? Is it a lot for £30 or not? And this, it's a slightly different thing. I have to explain what it is. So this, what I bought, called �\𝐶𝐻𝐿𝐴. This is like an Armenian sneakers, but it's much better. Basically, it's nuts covered in a grape juice jelly, and it's really tasty. It's fantastic. I know probably you have to try. I know it doesn't sound and it doesn't look really good, but it tastes fantastic. It's like a candy, nuts covered in candies. That's Armenia through my eyes. History, nature, and moments I will never forget. It was beautiful, fun, and very tasty. If you felt it too, like, subscribe, and I'll see you the next time.